guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, hey girlies! So today's video is going to be my 1 month post-op video for my explant that I had on August 28th, 2020, where I basically got my breast implants removed because they were basically making me ill. So I made a little list right here on this like piece of paper that I managed to scrap in my house. Like this is literally all I could find, this like half piece of paper. That's sad. But I want to basically go over everything, make sure I don't miss any points. A lot of women have actually been DMing me like, girl, are you gonna make a part 2? Like we want to know how it goes, because I know a lot of people have been following my journey and it is, you know, helping them make a decision with their health, their body, all of that. So I want to make sure that I don't leave anything out. So the first part of this video is going to be basically like talking about everything, getting into recovery time, pain, stretching, health-wise, the cost, the mental part of everything. And then the second part of the video is actually going to be me when I took my bandages off for the first time. So that clip was actually recorded a couple of weeks ago, but I wanted to include it in there just because I mean, YouTube is my diary. You guys know that if you're new to my channel. I like to share everything. I like to put everything on here for record, just because I lose a lot of stuff. So this is kind of like a diary for me to document everything, and I just want to keep it honest and keep it real. Like, you're gonna see me get upset, realistically, and everything that I share with you guys today, you're gonna get a gist of how this whole recovery process has gone. So if you are somebody that is considering getting breast implants or possibly getting explanted, I'm glad that you're here on this video because I'm gonna try to inform you as much as I can about my experience. I already have a part 1 to this, so if you actually wanna go and watch that, I'll link it in the description below. It'll be at the top, so you can go and watch that first. But basically that's the actual like surgery vlog, and I kind of talk about like the first week of recovery and all of that. Today we're gonna be covering basically everything from the past month. To start, if you're new to my channel, if you haven't seen the first video, I got gummy implants put in August of last year. So I literally only had my implants in for about a year, and I would say about 6 to 7 months in is when everything started to go pretty downhill. That's when all the symptoms, the gut issues, the brain fog, my vision was actually getting kind of funny. I would get dizzy out of nowhere, like my chest just felt so heavy all the time, back pain, but that was obviously like a given. Waking up every single morning, vomiting, waking up every single morning, literally like, excuse my language, diarrheaing every morning, literally just And I'm gonna get into like how my health has changed in a little bit. My skin just looked super washed out. Now I wake up and I'm like, okay, that's what we're supposed to look like. That's Vanessa Martinez, that's Nessa Briella. Because before I was seeing a ghost, I was seeing Casper, I was seeing a very washed out, just sickly looking person. But hey, I felt sickly, I felt ill. That is the reason that I got my breast implants out. They were also on the right side. The left one was perfect, you guys. Like the left one was literally perfect, never had a problem with it. But the right side actually started to harden a little bit, and it dropped significantly. So I'm gonna get into the stretching and all that as well, because there definitely was some stretching. But this one managed. Ooh, I'm now noticing that I have literally like a ton of little hairs all over my shirt. Hopefully this camera's like hiding that. I promise I'm not dirty, I washed this. My hair is just really broken, so anytime I move my head, my hair literally just like falls off. And it was just really discouraging, being that I spent so much money to fix an insecurity, because I didn't get my breast done just because, oh, I want bigger boobs. No, I actually had only half a breast on my right side because I've had tumors removed twice in my life. And I know some people in the comments of my previous videos were like, if you've had a history with tumors, if you've had a history with like breast cancer running in your family, why are you taking the risk of messing with that area of your body? And honestly, I can tell you to this day that I thought about this for a really long time, like getting the surgery originally, and I've always had that in the back of my head. But I guess my insecurities were more stronger than, I guess you could say, making the best decision for my health. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and tell everybody like, oh, like if you go and get breast implants, you're like killing yourself, like you don't care about yourself, sorry about that, or anything like that. Like, I'm not trying to say anything. I'm not gonna come on here and tell anybody what to do with their body, but I just know for me personally, with that kind of stuff already being in my blood, with that stuff already being a thing, I don't want to, or I probably shouldn't have messed around like that. But honestly, like I said, like I let my insecurities get the best of me. And this was, I mean, there's a lot of women that get breast implants that are not insecure, so I really hope I'm not like painting that narrative for anybody. Just because you get breast implants does not mean you're insecure, because there's a lot of women that are fully happy with themselves and they just want to add a little extra something. People get things done for different reasons. I didn't make that a known thing. I didn't say that in my previous video, so I want to make sure I get that point across right now, because everybody gets things done for different reasons. I just personally did it for my insecurities, and it kind of backfired. So recovery time. I would say my recovery time took about 3 days to a week. I only took my pain medications and all of that for only the first couple of days, and they actually stopped working. I don't know what it is with my body, but like I have really high tolerance when it comes to pain medication, with weed, with literally anything. Like I have to have a lot for it to even do like minimal. I don't know what's going on with the chemistry in my body, but it just stopped working. But honestly, it wasn't even that bad. When you're getting your breast implants put in, you're gonna have like that tightness and all of that, but I actually had relief. Like the second I got in the car after surgery, if you go and watch the other video, you'll see how everything went for the first week, basically first couple of days. I felt perfectly fine basically out of surgery. I wasn't all lethargic, like I don't know what's going on. Like I was actually good. I was able to, you know, put my shirt on and not feel, I mean, they helped me of course, but I didn't feel like, oh my gosh, like I can't move at all, versus when I did get the implants done originally. So the first 3 days to a week, I would say I avoided like moving way too much, because I didn't want to like pull anything or possibly like rip out my stitches or whatever. So I would say it took about a week. So if you are somebody that has to go back to work in the next couple of days, you definitely can. Like if you work an office job, or if you work a job that doesn't require you to like lift or do anything crazy, like a sitting office job, you can definitely probably go to work in like a day or two. Because I mean, I don't know if I'm different, but like my doctor even said that this was going to be a 1 out of 10, a 1 on the recovery / pain scale. And I would have to agree with him on that. So number 2, I wrote down pain, and I would literally just say that like the pain was probably like a 1 or maybe a 2 at its worst. There were a couple of moments where I had some like weird feelings over here, but that only lasted like 1 or 2 days. And I think that was only when I stopped taking the Valium, which is the muscle relaxer. So I think my body was like, ooh, like we're feeling a little tightness. So it felt a little weird, but it was nothing crazy. It wasn't bad at all. The pain was really not bad. Like going into surgery, I felt like I was in pain, and coming out of surgery, I was not in pain at all. Obviously, I was under anesthetic and stuff and painkillers and all of that, but like even without the painkillers, like 2 or 3 days later, I was good. Next is stretching, lifting, all of that. So how am I looking after the surgery? Because I got a 410 cc's put in both of my breasts. And like I said, I went from about a 36A, 34B type situation all the way to a literal like 36D, 36 double D type thing. So did I have stretching? And the answer is yes. And am I comfortable with the way that my body looks right now? I would say I'm at about a 4.5, 5 out of 10 right now, just because, well, honestly, the left breast bounced back pretty quickly and bounced back pretty well. I wouldn't say that it looks exactly the same, obviously, as when, you know, I got my implants before. So a 1.5 years ago, it didn't look like this, obviously. A little bit of stretching, and there's definitely, I would say, as you can see more of the volume is definitely lower. So I'm a little flatter up here. And then on the other side, it's a little more obvious that I'm a little bit more flatter right here, but then I still have like some volume. I'm wearing a Calvin Klein bra right now, and I think it's a 30, it's a small, I think, a small or a medium. Pretty sure it's a small though. So that's usually like what you would buy if you have like an A cup or a very small B cup. But I would assume, it looks like I'm probably gonna end up being like a 34A, maybe a 34B. I don't know. I'm not allowed to wear any sort of underwire, any sort of like push-up bras, any of that, obviously. And I will admit it has been tempting, because before I had my breasts done, I would only wear push-up bras. I would only wear like bras that had a little bit of help. Of course, I had like a couple t-shirt bras, but typically I would wear some push-ups because that's what I wanted. I wanted to have a little bit more cleavage, and now it's like I don't have that option, and I literally like I have to let my body heal and not like do the most to it and just let them sit. And it has been tempting to want to throw on one of my old push-up bras, but I haven't. Actually, like, I know this is gonna sound kind of crazy, but I actually like the way my right breast looks more now than how it did before. I don't know what happened, but like, I'm very happy about that, because they were actually uneven before I got my implants. So it's kind of weird that like, now my breast actually, like, even though this one's a little bit more like stretched out, they look a lot more even than before. I mean, I'm not happy still. Like, I'm not saying like, oh my gosh, I'm glad I went through all of that to end up like this. No, I'm not saying that at all, but like, I'm trying to make myself feel better. The doctor told me that around like 5 months, 6 months, you'll notice that like your body starts to like fluff up again. So apparently they're supposed to, you know, rise up a little bit more, fluff in. So when it comes to my health, I had a couple of complications. It would be my gut health, my skin, my eyes, and just overall my mental health. Starting with my gut, I kind of got into it a little earlier in this video, but it was basically diarrhea multiple times throughout the day, throwing up, and it's not like I was, you know, eating anything different. I still eat pretty healthy. I cook dinner almost every single night at home. Yes, I did have, what is it called? Why can I not think? I literally had to take Nexium for it, that little purple pill. I had acid reflux, that's what it's called. But I had that when I was like 15 to maybe like 17 because I had this like little bacteria problem, and we're not getting into that. But after that, my gut was pretty normal. It wasn't like going crazy, twisting and turning in there like it was when I had my implants. There would be times when I would experience really sharp pains in like my lower like digestive area, and it would hurt so freaking bad. I'm sure some women know exactly what I'm talking about. Like it actually felt like severe like period cramps, but like I wasn't on my period. So, like just overall my body was just feeling super ill. My skin, like I said, it looked super washed out all the time. Now like without makeup, like my skin tone is actually like starting to like come back. I'm waking up without having any problems. Of course, I'll go to the bathroom and stuff, but it's like normal, usual movement, bowel movements, all that. I'm not like shitting my brains out throughout the day. Like my skin, like I said, looks good. My chest feels good again. The weight on my chest, oh my gosh, like the second I got out of surgery, I could actually feel like my chest like felt so much lighter. And as like the weeks go by, like it just feels lighter and lighter, and I feel like I could breathe more and more. The back pain is definitely gone, and I'm so happy about that. I can sit up straight again, because before I noticed I was starting to sit like this all the time and I just couldn't help it. But like, girl, we're back. And I really do not miss rolling on my stomach while I was asleep and accidentally like hurting myself, because that happened several times. The mental health part of it all, I definitely felt like I had brain fog. I felt like I couldn't, you know, focus as much as I could now and before. I felt like I couldn't just like, I couldn't be positive. And I know I do deal with like my own like personal things, but like I felt like it was actually like making it worse. So the cost of everything, it cost about roughly around $4,000 to get explanted. My doctor is actually pretty inexpensive. I did look at other places throughout Arizona and actually LA as well, and you are going to be shook when I tell you how much I saw. An all-women clinic that is actually in LA. I was like, ooh, like that's cute. Like I've never seen like an all-women plastic surgery clinic. So I called them and they're like, okay, our explants actually start at $22,000. 22? I called another place that was in California. Oh, our explants start at $15,000, but we don't have any appointments until January, February time. So I was like, okay, I don't know about that. But I ended up just going with this doctor, and it was about $4,000. So please do not go and spend like 20K, y'all. Like really, you do not have to go and do all of that. If you live in LA, girl, come to Arizona and get your shit done. Like there's really no reason to go and spend that much money and put yourself in debt, or that much amount of debt for what? Like you're trying to fix something that kind of like didn't go right. So it hurts to have to spend that much money to replace or to fix something. So like try to save it if you can. Obviously don't try to go to Miami and find like a bootleg doctor in like a hotel room and like get screwed over. Make sure you do your research. And the last thing that I wrote down was mental health. So like I'm gonna talk about how I'm actually doing now. So if I'm gonna be honest, like I am doing a lot better as far as like that brain fog is gone, like as far as like the random negativity. Not even random, it would just be like 24/7. Like I actually felt like it was making me miserable over like the littlest tiny things, and it was making me just like, I just felt like I had a cloud over my head. And maybe my mental health just played a part at the right time, or at the same time as like this was an issue, so maybe that's why, I don't know. Or maybe this actually helped it like get worse. I really don't know, but I've seen other women's videos where they've said that they haven't had any mental health problems before, and after they, you know, got their implants, they started to develop like aggression, random sadness, like just random things. But how am I doing now mentally? I'm doing a lot better. I am definitely kind of in like an insecure kind of like place in my life right now, if I'm gonna be honest. That's why I said I'm at like a 4 out of 10 right now. And that's just honestly because like I went from seeing a larger chest to seeing a flat chest. And you guys know that most of my wardrobe is baggy t-shirts, and that hasn't been working with me right now. Literally, like I put on a baggy t-shirt and I just feel completely drowned out. So I've been wearing the F out of my little white crop tops and all my little strappy stuff. So if you guys think that I probably only own white tank tops, I do. I literally have like 4 of these, and I rotate them. It gets dirty, it gets washed, the next one gets worn, it gets washed. I love my little crop tops and I can't find any anywhere, like any shops. So this is like random, but if anybody knows where I could find little crop tops like this and biker shorts still, like, because it's still hot in Arizona. We're not about to have winter anytime soon. I still need summer clothes. So please recommend stores below that have like that kind of vibe. You guys know my style. I have nowhere to go, so I don't know why I'm getting dressed, but it's fun to look cute in the house sometimes, I guess. But yeah, like I would say my mental health is a lot better, but I'm definitely insecure. And that's not something that's like easy to admit, because obviously like you don't want people to know that you're insecure. I'm not insecure, I'm just insecure about this. Let me like rephrase myself. I'm not like an insecure person, but I'm definitely insecure about like my chest area right now, just because I feel empty. That's the feeling. Like I literally feel like something's missing. I know that this is the best choice that I made for my health, and my health is more important than anything, because like you could have all the money in the world, but if you're sick, like that money doesn't even matter. Your health is more important than anything. Like if that was the last couple of thousands in my bank account, I would have still done it, because I just can't walk around feeling sick all the time like that. Like it's just not, no. And I definitely did struggle for a little bit. I would say the first week or two after explanting, I was pretty hard on myself, just as far as like when I would take showers and I would see myself. Like the first like time I saw my body, like you're gonna see the clip after this, but the first time I saw my body, I was actually devastated. But Anthony was there, so I was like trying to keep it together, but I was actually like, oh my gosh, like, cause now they've like lifted up and they've like tightened, but before they were definitely lower. And I was like, oh my gosh, and like they were flat. Actually, that's what he meant by fluffing up. That's what he meant, because they were actually lower and a lot flatter. And now they're definitely higher and a lot more like, but overall, I know it's gonna be the best decision that I made for myself, and I'm glad that I made it. It wasn't easy. Like the day before surgery, I almost was like, I think I'm gonna back out. But I know, like, no, that's not the right thing to do. So that is basically my 1 month update. I do not regret this decision at all, but I definitely know it's gonna be a journey feeling fully comfortable in my body again. I don't know, I'm not there yet, and I know it's only been a month and it's okay to not be there yet, but it's definitely, like looking at, I have like the mirrors, both of my mirrors. As you can see, did I even say anything? It's empty in here. I'm selling my house. So I have like these two mirrors like stacked right here, and I'm just looking at myself from like a side view, and I'm like they're still kind of there, and I guess it kind of makes my butt look big. No, it doesn't, my ass is flat. But yeah, that's it for my 1 month. I think I'm gonna do a 3-month post-op, and then a 6-month, and then a 1 year, and then that's it. Similar to what I did when I actually got my implants done. I just want to document everything for other people that are possibly, you know, gonna go through this type of procedure or are considering implants, and they're like, wait, what if things do go wrong? Like I want to see what my options are. Also, I forgot to mention, I got my implants removed through under here. So let me show you guys my scars actually, and how much they've healed in a month. So I will admit, I haven't been putting my pause. I already know there's going to be hella comments of like, Vanessa, what happened to your hands? What is going on? I've been in the process of moving, and I kind of like messed my hands up moving furniture, getting my hands caught in stuff, broken glass, all of that. So I just wanted to put that out there before anybody's like concerned. I'm okay. Scar cream, like I should have. The fact that I still have like sticky stuff right there. But this is basically what my incisions looked like about a month after I originally got my implants done. And ooh, but as you can see, it's very light. That's where my like incision was for my implants originally. So it does fade pretty well, and I honestly didn't put my scar cream on like I should have before either. And I'm not really pressed about it. Like I'm not walking around with my top off until I do OnlyFans again. Bitch, I might. If you want to see my new results, you have to go and subscribe to my OnlyFans, bitch. I'm doing okay, I'm doing all right, but I definitely have been having a couple of moments, so that's why I haven't uploaded in the past week. I know, like, I'm so, like, head ass, but this is my anxiety talking. This is literally my anxiety, and I don't know if any other YouTubers are like this, but, like, if I don't upload at least once or twice a week, I, like, freak the fuck out in my head. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, everyone, like, hates me, they forgot about me. But it's like, girl, chill. I don't know, I'm just so like, I'm just an anxiety ball, to be honest. But that's it for this video. If you guys have any questions, feel free to DM me on Twitter. I'm a lot faster at replying on Twitter than Instagram. Those usually get flooded pretty quickly. But if you have any questions, leave them below and I'll try to answer as many as I can. Thank you for supporting me and coming back to my channel. And I'll see you guys all in my next video. Bye. Oh my god! Oh my god!
They look fine.
They're all like stretched out now.
They're fine.
That's not what they looked like before, and I know that, but like.
Well, it's just is their first, you know, day. This is the second day after surgery. It's gonna look like that. Don't be freaking out. It's not bad. It's literally the first day after surgery, babe. Give it a little while. It'll be fine. Stop. Wait, they better not be eating my food. You gonna wrap it back up?
Yeah. I don't want to.
Just give it a little bit. It's not.
My nipple looks smaller though on this side because it used to be all stretched out and shit from the implant.
Well, you did have these big ass implants in there.
You see that like lifting up on that. Oh my god, I'm mad.
Stop. You knew it was gonna. You're not gonna like it right away.
Tighter.
Yeah.
Ah!